Macca's Guides.
Hey guys, Macca here with another 100% full game walkthrough. In today's video, I'm going to be taking you through the game Asemblance 2 Oversight. Similar to last year where we made a walkthrough for Asemblance, the original game, this game is also going to take around 30 minutes to get all of the possible endings, unlock all 1,000 of the gamer score or all of the trophies. However, unfortunately, similar to the last game, this game does not have a platinum trophy. It is a first-person game. We'll walk with the left stick, aim with the right stick. We can interact with items using the A button. We can end a memory whenever we want with the Y button. We can zoom in on things with the right trigger, and we can sprint by clicking in the left stick or the left bumper. From the main menu, we will want to start a brand new game. The game has a total of 10 achievements, so we'll go through them in order. We have to beat the game and then unlock all of the endings. It gets a little bit complicated at the end, but not nearly as complicated as the last game. And you can't really fail. You can just, if you do something wrong, you just end up restarting the kind of same things over and over. So let's just hop right into the game. We are going to be holding down that left bumper in order to run whenever possible, allowing us to move a little bit faster. Press A to interact with the door, as I mentioned before. You'll come in on this cube anomaly, zoom into it with the right trigger, and it'll kind of start a new memory, and you'll go through a small kind of cinematic. This right here is our hub. This is where we interact with our terminal, and we can select all of the memories that we'll need to in order to progress through the game. So interact with the terminal and reboot the system. That kind of starts the game. We will be back in this room probably 30 to 40 times throughout the walkthrough, interacting with the terminal in order to select what level we're going to.
98.7% of the chamber's simulated memory chain has been lost. That's unfortunate. There is some good news, though.
So once we can, we interact with the terminal, select Tessera Valley, which is the only option. Whenever you select a memory, the door will load with that memory, and you just want to walk straight in. This serves a little bit like a tutorial. The birds will fly away. As they're flying away, the game will prompt you to zoom in on them with the right trigger. Oh, okay, they chose not to fly away. 4 times I've played this game, and but nonetheless, after they do fly away, you can press Y in order to end a memory. And that's going to be a mechanic we're going to do quite a bit. So once you end a memory, you'll be brought back to that hub we were just at. And again, you walk forward, and you're always going to have to interact with this terminal, basically, in between every little room we finish.
As far as I can tell, it's just a quaint mountainous landscape with some birds. Discovering where this memory originated requires accessing restricted areas of the index. I'll run a few queries to keep management occupied while I break down their firewalls.
There is a whole story behind this game. I won't be explaining it too in-depthly, though. You can kind of do that on your own. Interact with the terminal, and now we'll want to select Asemblance Office B, which is our new option. Once that loads, we want to walk in forward. We can interact with the computer here on the desk. And what we'll want to do is we'll want to look at this anomaly on the desk inside of the glass room, zoom in on it with our right trigger, and walk forward towards it. It'll become pixelated. It'll look a bit like a bird, and then it'll basically transition into a new scene. Just keep walking forward while zooming in, and you should be able to get to this area. When the bird appears again, you want to move forward until this whole section plays itself, and we'll go back to the hub. We'll unlock your first achievement right there as well. After that happens, you'll be prompted to end your memory, so do that, and we'll go back to the hub.
Management was watching, but I was able to distract them.
This time on the hub, we will want to interact with the Tessera Valley level.
If management is this concerned,
we will want to walk forward, and we will notice a bird on the rock on the right. It doesn't seem too lively, however. Once we reach it, we want to zoom in on the bird. This will create a yellow tint. Once we do that, just keep kind of following the path, and the area will transform into this kind of forest with a building in front of us. Walk towards the building, a man will come out, and the memory will end here.
management was able to gain access.
Now you can walk forward and interact with the computer again, and you'll notice we have unlocked a new memory level.
I can't let that happen again.
The new memory level we've unlocked is called Installation 3F06, so choose that.
Although it is highly classified. There is a slight possibility.
Walk forward, and instead of going through the door, you'll find a scientist on the ground to the left behind the tree. You'll have a walkie-talkie, which we'll want to pick up. After the walkie-talkie cycles through one sequence of the voiceover, you'll be allowed to press Y to end this memory. You should also see the prompt show up on your screen, though. That's one full playthrough of the voiceover. We press Y to go back to the hub. Back in the hub, we can now walk forward, interact with the terminal again, and choose Asemblance Office B, which is the second option.
Investigation is finally getting somewhere.
Now we want to... That is not what I picked. Okay. Asemblance Office B.
Try not to violate some unknown corner of the security.
And then walk forward, and you'll notice there's a door at the end of the hallway here to the left. As you approach the door, your walkie-talkie will start playing. And this is all about timing. What we need to do is we need to interact with the door right after it says, "Bester, are you there?" That way, the door will listen to the voiceover, and as it's listening, the voiceover will say, "Hello, my name is." So, "Bester, are you there?" I click the door. As the door is listening, it says, "This is Captain Jerome Anthony Hollis, employee number 1185. If timed correctly, the door will open. If timed incorrectly, the door will fail and you'll have to retry that. And it's all about timing. You want the door to listen to you right as the walkie-talkie says the introduction of its voiceover. Once you're inside of the office, you will grab the flashlight. Once you grab the flashlight, you can press Y to end the memory.
This action is unauthorized and in violation of security forever.
Once back in the hub, go to the terminal.
Cease activity.
Something is interfering with my auditory channels. Management is trying to seize control of my oversight. I'm going to have to splinter myself to keep them off your trail. Clearly you're doing something right. Let's get back to your investigation. You did seem to be on the brink of...
In the hub, you want to select Installation 3F06. And you want to walk forward. Now that we have the flashlight, we can enter the building. The flashlight will automatically turn on. Walk to the end of this hallway. You'll see a console on the wall, which we want to interact with. Just go through the entire sequence of the console until you're able to leave it. This section could take around 1 to 2 minutes. So just kind of let it go through its process and make sure that you're clicking OK and whatever other options come up on screen as it goes through its paces here. All of this does culminate with us restarting or rebooting the computer. That's why we're doing all of this. Once the computer's rebooted, we're done with this computer here. Okay, once everything's done, we'll have the continue option. You press A, the security chamber will be active, and then you can finally exit the computer when the computer says you're ready to do that. Take a step back and turn around. Instead of exiting where we came from, you're going to turn left, facing where we came from, to find this room with a red laser. Don't worry, it doesn't harm you. Pick up the walkie-talkie on the scientist on the ground in this red laser room. Listen to the walkie-talkie voiceover one full time. Once it is done, you are able to end the memory by pressing Y. So again, we're gonna have to interact with the door here. So the code to that door is "This is Chief whatever." I'll introduce you to the timing here once we get there. But press Y to end the memory. We're back in the hub. Activate the terminal.
Only I can lead you to the truth.
Pay no attention to that. Management has gained access to all of my active channels. I'll have to perform a hard reset. You'll have to manually reboot the system using the primary terminal. Whatever you do...
So we have to reboot the system. Just choose reboot system. Do not choose the safe mode one.
Rebooting.
I don't know what happens if you do, but I haven't tested it.
Okay, we're back. Though I'm not sure how much time we have left together.
Alright, once the terminal resets, interact with it, go to Asemblance Office B.
Progress is all that matters.
This time we're going to walk forward, past the desk,
To the truth.
past the first door, and onto the other door. This will be another walkie-talkie section. What you want to do is you want to interact with the door right as it says... "I'm finding no apparent evidence," and I pressed A right as that sentence began. So I pressed the A button to interact with the door right as they said, "I'm finding no apparent evidence, ... And if timed correctly, you should be able to gain access into this room. And now you can zoom in on the cube. Once you zoom in on the cube, it should kind of do some funky stuff. After it zooms in for a bit, you should be able to zoom out a little bit, and you should see some faces appear in front of you. And what you want to do is you want to zoom in on the middle face and walk forward as you're doing that. Just walk forward for about 10 seconds here, and it should kind of teleport you to a new room.
We have no choice but to enact the termination protocol. I'm afraid the anomaly is active again.
Once you get teleported into this room, you want to look down and interact with the laptop. This will show up a slide, and on this slide we'll get our password. We want the password for installation 3F06, and the password is 2341. You're going to have the exact same password as me. End the memory with Y.
Are you still there? I'm afraid there is very
We're back in the
little
hub.
left now.
Go to the terminal.
This feels like the end.
Select installation 3F06.
Now. Before management takes control of us all.
Go into the building, but this time there will be a locked door. Again, you'll have the same code as me for this door. So on the keypad on the right, we want to enter 2, 3, 4, 1, and then press enter in order for it to go and open the door. Interact with the console at the end of the hallway again. Just let it go through its paces here for a second until it is finished. Alright, once we're able to press B to exit, you'll want to do that. Turn around and go to that red laser door again. This time, as you approach it, the door should open. You'll see a bright light. You'll want to walk towards the bright light. We'll now be back in our apartment here.
There are things you know for sure. Certainties. Those cycles and patterns. They become our truths and our facts. you
All right,
are.
once in the apartment, walk forward, go through the door on your left. Walk forward and look on the table in the kitchen, which is to the right, about just behind the fridge. You should notice that there is a helmet on the table, and as you approach it, it should disappear. Once it disappears, what you want to do is now turn around, and there should be a scientist behind you. This guy's going to be holding a cube, and what you want to do is zoom in on it. And this should bring you back to here.
It's like that
It'll take you through a small kind of cinematic
Know who you are.
automatically.
It's just about to be crossed.
And this will culminate in us going back to the terminal hub area.
Your perseverance has been quite impressive.
So once back in the hub area, interact with the terminal.
Origins is clear.
We will now have our fourth and final memory slot.
I had to sacrifice myself so you could succeed. I hope it's worth it. What you do with this information will determine your ultimate fate.
So you'll want to select Venera 17. Once that loads, walk into it, and this will trigger your first ending. This is the default normal ending for the game. I don't know if you need to, but I do keep pushing forward and sprinting during the endings, as I found that they end a little bit faster and tend to trigger the achievements more quickly as well. So that is the first ending of the game. If done correctly, I believe we should be at 4 out of 10 for 400 out of 1,000 in terms of our achievements.
3, 2, 1.
Now what we're ready to do is, after this goes through, we're ready to now continue with the other endings. So the computer will say, would you like to continue? And it'll throw you back to the main menu. This is normal, don't worry about it. You will press A, and then you'll want to press continue. In this game, whenever you're at the main menu and you press continue, you're basically going into an instance of the game that has been already completed. So there are kind of new things that we can find and do. So what we want to do is, now that we've beaten the game and press continue, we want to interact with the terminal, and we want to go to Asemblance Office B. Inside of this office, we'll now find a new anomaly cube in the middle. We want to zoom in on it, and it will produce a red tint. Once our screen is red, you want to press the Y button to end this memory. The tint will stay on, so your screen should remain red, as mine is. And we will now go back to the hub here. We will choose Venera 17. We will go inside, and this will unlock another ending or so. This one is called Coherence,
The only path to success
and this is the
failure.
red shift.
There was never a guarantee we'd ever reach our destination.
Next, what we'll do is we have to work towards
Everything
unlocking,
was black and white.
let me quickly read the name here. I forgot the name just.
I did
So
what I
after we
thought
get
was right.
Coherence, we have to work towards something called Oversight. It's probably the longest and it's a little bit confusing, honestly, but if you follow along, it's really not that bad.
It's ever justified.
But once we do the kind of Oversight ending,
We'll see.
we'll be able to shift through all of the colors kind of on our own. So again, we'll be booted back through to the main menu. Once we're booted back into the main menu, you can press A, and then continue, obviously. You'll want to interact with the computer.
Deferred memories have been
You'll want
loaded
to
into the
select
chamber.
Asemblance Office
I
B
used
again,
weapon for accuracy.
and then you'll want to walk forward, zoom in on the cube to produce the same red shift from before. You want to end the memory, go back to the hub, and select 3F06. As you enter this memory, you should be able to walk forward, go down the path, and into the door, which will not have, you know, any lock or anything like that. You should now be able to turn right and go through the laser door. Don't run through the laser door yet. There is something you need to look out for. And the bright white light in the door has a cycle, and it's on a timer, and it goes and it has a little bit of a scanner in it. What you need to do is you need to sprint through this door right as the scanner appears on the door and continue sprinting. If done correctly, every door you hit, you'll go through the scanner, and you'll be able to continue going through these doors in rapid succession. If done incorrectly, that likely means that you didn't get through the door in time when the scanner appeared, and you'll be booted kind of back to the terminal, and you'll need to restart by getting into the red shift and then going back to installation 3F06, which is only about a minute or two ago. Back at the terminal, we'll now have a gamma shift. We'll want to go to installation 3F06. We will now be able to go forward and go into the building and go to the end of the hallway to interact with the console there. Once we interact with the console will require a passcode in order to reset the system. The passcode will be shown on screen. The reboot code is as follows. On the keypad, enter 3, 2, 5, 3, 3, 4, and then press enter. Once you do this, you should be able to now go through that red laser door that we've went through quite a few times, and we will be continually going through it quite a few times in the near future. So I just looked at the screen there, and then through that laser door. Once we go through the kind of black door here at the end, we'll go into a new area, into the office, and we will want to end the memory by pressing Y to return to the terminal. Once back in here, we want to go to the computer, and we want to select the memory 3F06. We want to walk forward, and instead of going all the way into the building, we want to find the scientist on the ground to the left of the tree here. You'll see a butterfly floating near him that'll kind of do loops around this area, and you need to zoom in on this butterfly, which will instantly trigger the this white door to be in front of you. Go through that white door and you'll end up back at the hub. Once back at the hub, you want to interact with the terminal and select installation 3F06. We're going to repeat the same step we just repeated by going forward into the building. Go and interact with the console at the very back. You will need to reboot this console. You will need to re-enter the same code into the keypad again. The code you're looking to put into this computer again is 325334, and then press enter. You want to go through that same laser door that we've always been going through. Once here, you should see the anomaly on the table. You'll want to zoom in on it. Wait until it kind of shifts into a different looking area. Zooming out will reveal 3 heads. We'll want to zoom in on the middle head and then slowly begin walking forward into it until it transports us.
Relax. Relax. Just step inside. Relax.
Once transported here, just walk through the bright white door. After walking through the bright white door, you'll find yourself in front of the terminal again. Interact with it and select Installation 3F06.
Do you really think she could actually do it? Test it against my latest theory.
What you'll want to do now is walk forward and go to the terminal at the end of the hallway. The code that you will want to input into the keypad is 0, 1, 5, 2, 9, 2, and press enter. Now we can walk through the laser door one more time. This will shift us to orange. We will find the source of the knowledge, and this is in order to unlock the Oversight ending. This allows us to shift between the different colors on the fly by pressing X. So if you press X right now, you'll go through the red tint, the blue tint, the green tint, the normal one, the red one, there is a gamma one. So pressing X just repeatedly shifts you through all of the different colors, and doing so repeatedly will allow us to end the memory and head back to the main area here, allowing us to now make progress towards the other endings. And to do so, you'll want to go up to the terminal, and before interacting with it, press X to shift. And what we're looking for is, first we'll start with the blue shift. So keep shifting until you find a blue one. And once you do that, interact with the terminal, select Venera 17, and then walk forward. This will allow us to do the blue ending. So just walk forward and the achievement or trophy should unlock here. Now I'm going to walk all the way through to the end of the door. If you were in a major hurry for some reason, you could actually back out to the main menu and then press continue, and you would save a little bit of time, but it's really not worth it. So walk through the door to actually finalize the ending. This will bring you back to the main menu. At the main menu, you'll want to press continue. You will now still possess the ability to shift through any of the shifts you want. The next ending I would recommend doing is the green shift. So continue, press X until you get a green hue like I have on screen. Select the final memory of Venera 17 and then go through, and you should unlock the green ending here.
Everything is my responsibility.
Again, I will continue, walk through the door, which will bring me back to the main menu.
I'm fixing everything.
Once I'm back at the main menu, I will press continue again. And the next ending I'll be going for is the gamma ending. Gamma is the one where it's like inverse colors. So it's going to be a really bright white with some really dark blacks in it. It takes me quite a few shifts to get it. I think it's random, but I'm not 100% sure. So this right here is the gamma shift. Again, once in gamma, select the memory Venera 17. Walk through the door, and this will get us our gamma ending. We should now be at 9 out of 10 achievements for 900 gamer score, or 9 out of 10 trophies. And this ending, I'm also going to be walking forward in order to get it to end a little more quickly, and we'll be brought back to the main menu. We'll press continue, and then we're going to go for our last ending, which is the white ending. However, the white ending has a couple more extra steps than the endings we have just done.
High above all that pressure and scorching heat, the message was finally clear. It was showing us the past and our future. Now, I want you to see.
Okay, so upon reaching the main menu, press A to continue, and then go back to the terminal and select Asemblance Office B. What we'll want to do is go past the anomaly in the middle and go to the back far left room as follows. Now what you'll want to do is look at this map in front of us and zoom in on the lowest most photo. And what you'll want to do right here is get the A photo in this position. So I'm just going to keep going through these shifts until I find the photo with the letter A in the top right corner in this position right here. So there is the A photo. It's at the very bottom, kind of center. And once I do that, I now want to turn around and look at the computer. And you will probably want a pen and paper here, as your code will be unique to your game. You want to zoom in on the computer, and on the left side, you're looking for the number 251075. And what you want to do is you want to find the number in the same line on the other side, which for me is 923010. And that's the number I'm writing down, 923010. Once you have that number written down or memorized, you can press Y to now end the memory. You'll want to head back to the terminal, interact with the terminal, and go to installation 3F06.
Unpack that statement.
And then you will want to walk forward and go to the end of the hallway inside of the building. As you can guess, this 6-digit code is going to be put into the keypad at the very end of the hallway. So again, we're going to walk forward, interact with the console. After a couple of steps through the console, we'll get access to the keypad on the left. And my code is 923010. However, your code will be unique to your game, and you would have gotten it from the computer in the last room on the same line as the date of 251075. Press enter when your 6-digit code is ready, and then proceed through that red laser door we've been going through for a while. This next step you will need to do quite quickly, so try to know ahead of time what you're going to be doing. You're going to walk through this door and end up in a room with some scientists, and we will have to shift through the colors in order to get into the green shift as quickly as possible. Because this is random, you can get a little bit unlucky like me and have to go through almost 10 colors to get into the green shift. Once you do get in the green shift, go to the left of the map and then zoom in on this location where the 3 question marks are and walk forward into the map while zoomed in order to trigger a photo to appear similar to the photo in the first Asemblance game. This photo appearing means that you are now in white shift. When you're in white shift with that photo, and obviously you see the actual hue, you can end your memory by pressing Y, walk forward and go to the terminal, interact with the terminal and select Venera 17, walk forward into the final area in order to unlock the white ending. This should be your final achievement or trophy for completion of the game, as you will see on screen. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, drop a like, share it with a friend. Special thanks to the amazing people on Patreon for supporting the show, and hopefully I see you guys next time. Peace.